TGS presents Assassin's Creed Origins Road Trip Apollonia to Hermopolis, top left corner of the map to the bottom right corner of the map in the Scout Chariot using autopilot. Apparently I'm being targeted right now by that guy, but he's not attacking, so we'll just be out. I'm starting right here. It seems to be a perfect start point. When I did the bird video, I started all the way back here, but coming down from the angle, I'm going to start in Apollonia. And our goal is to go all the way down to the bottom right area right here, which is the furthest marker I could place using roads. So technically we're not going all the way to the bottom right corner, technically in this region, but this is the closest we can get in roads, so that's what we're doing. Pretty much we're going to be all the way down by the tomb of Menkar and technically southern Hermopolis. Here's the Hermopolis area, and this is the mountain right south of it. So we're going to go ahead and get this started. I'm going to be allowing the horse to take us there automatically using autopilot, and that's pretty much it. Got a little over 11,000 meters to cover here. As you can see, the horses are killing civilians in autopilot mode, so that's my only concern, is that hopefully we don't kill enough people to have it despawn us. We have a nice long ride. I've never done this before. First time. Seems like it's going to take quite a bit, but either way, I hope you guys enjoy. We're going to look around at the surroundings while we're on this trip. Not sure if we're going to pass through any major cities. We're just following the road however it wants to get us there. We might not even pass any major cities, who the heck knows. But as you can tell, we're already making some progress, about to cover the first 1,000 meters shortly. So let's see how it goes. Apparently we're being attacked, but I'm going to ignore it as we're on a road trip here trying to figure out about how long it'll take to cross the map, and etc, from top left corner of the road area to the bottom right corner of available road area. If I placed a marker anywhere that wasn't near a road, it basically wouldn't have counted. It would not use autopilot, which is our main goal here. As you can see, we just killed another person, and we have slightly under 10,000 meters remaining. I'm going to guess this is going to take quite a bit of time. Can't really estimate it, but it's somewhere. Maybe 15 to 30 minutes, somewhere in there. There's Alexandria in the background. You can see the tower. If the horse will keep driving me, I'll take care of him. Just because he was catching up and trying to whack me, he deserved it. Here we are. See, it looks like we're going through the Green Mountain States, Peridian area right now. Not sure exactly which gnome we're in. 9,000 meters remain. I had to guess, I'm going to say about 15 to 20 minutes until we get to our destination. Pretty long ride, but technically not that long. If you enjoy this, please check out my video where I took Senu and flew him from the top left corner of the, map limits to the bottom right corner of the map limits, doing the furthest distance possible. As a pretty crazy flight video. I'm also going to go ahead and try to take a boat from the top left corner of the ocean area to as far down the bottom right corner as we can go via boat. That's going to be a way different pathway because we're going to have to cross different areas and go a completely different shape. This is kind of more straight to the point than the boat ride will be for sure. And that's the other thing, we're probably going to get attacked a bunch of times on our way down. I see the pyramids, so we're making some coverage right here. We're getting attacked again, but they're level 6 enemies, so they're not really a threat. And we're pretty much cutting across to Alexandria. I'm wondering if it's going to take us around Lake Mariotis and then down the right, side of the map. That's what it's starting to feel like at this point, because there is the lake, there's Alexandria in the background. I was expecting a slightly more direct path, but it seems like we're going more so east than south right now for the last like 3,000 meters. This should be interesting to see what happens here. Seems like we're gonna head down through this little town over here. Well, poor animal got pooned. And we just pooned that.
Out of the way!
It's where we've killed like at least 3 people in this autopilot mode so far. And we officially ran into a problem. Gonna have to just continue on. Sorry about that. Completely out of my my control. The horses decided to run into that barrier. That definitely slowed us down a few seconds, but I don't think a big enough, reason to worry. We'll just continue on. There's always room for error. There's always going to be some random mistake by the horses. They're going to swerve around more than they should. They're going to run into stuff. We're going to get attacked. So the goal is to just see how long it takes to follow the road system down to the bottom corner. Using autopilot, seems like we're heading a little bit northeast now, like we're pulling back our progress a little bit. But again, it's trying to wrap around to one of the eastern side roads that'll take us straight down. think that's Giza that we see right there with the pyramids. We've made it pretty far along here. Covered almost 5,000 meters. And then we're adding some, so we're covering a lot more meters technically, but overall distance around 5,000 meters covering. Hoping we're finally making our way south. We're probably gonna get taken through some enemy outposts and whatnot. I've had that happen quite a few times. Uh-oh, this is scary. Dang, they did it. They've handled the slalom. There's the pyramids. Nothing really behind us. Over there. Looks like some more ruins. There's a town over there. Or some temple or something like that. Chariot riding down in Giza. If we're going to be taken south through Memphis and all those locations. And here we go, passing through town. Pretty small town, so we're already through it. Beep. Too bad we don't have a horn to honk at these mofos when they're blocking the road. Pyramids in the background again. Must be insane to actually see the pyramids for real. Just standing there. Don't get tired, horses. You're gonna keep going through the night here. We still got basically a third to cover. A little bit more than a third. Those birds heading out of the field. Go find another field to eat from all their foods and fruits and whatnot. Alright, I think we're crossing into a major city from what I'm thinking. Definitely. And we're in Memphis. So here's Memphis. we're gonna be strolling right through, you know, the downtown. Nice little tour of what Memphis looks like. A lot of water channels. They have that building up top there with the big statues. Yeah, it's a very nice looking town. Very, very connected with the water, as you can see. Just many waterways through it, which is good and bad. Good for trade, bad for the fact there's crocodiles in these environments, and you'll actually find crocs just chilling in the waters around town here and there. So always be careful. Here is like one of the biggest places here. It's pretty large. I think we're slowly getting towards the southern border of the city. We'll be breaking out of here pretty shortly, straight down the road. We're down to 2,800 meters remaining. Definitely a long journey. Thinking, is it as long as I thought it would be? I thought it would probably be a little bit longer. I'm not gonna lie. I was suspecting 30 to 45 minutes, and we're at 17:30, including the introductory commentary. So that's how that goes. Alright, here we go. And that was Kirk. Small little town. Definitely not as nice as Memphis. Like, the quality is substantially different. That kind of looks more like what you would call a slum, or, you know, just definitely not as nice. You go to like Alexandria and Memphis, all these major cities, and they're absolutely amazing looking. And then there's a lot of towns that are just degraded and broken down. This bridge is open to me as well. I'm crossing it. I mean, you pretty much had to cross. I wasn't paying the toll, so they got angry. Plus, I'm by, I could see why I'm like their worst enemy. It's a lot of flamingos. Try to shoot at them, yes. Would have been crazy if you hit them. So we're, you know, closing in on the final stretch. We covered a lot of land in this last little bit. The majority of time was just crossing over to Lake Mariotis and I don't know if it's Mariotis, Mariotis. I'll just call it Mariotis. And that consumed most of our time because we didn't do a direct channel down here. We kind of went from the west to the east coast, crossed most of the top, and then came down the east coast. So it's been much more direct at this point. We went straight through Memphis and all. And we're right around slightly over 21 minutes. I'll try and calculate an exact time and post it in the video's description, since at this time, you know, I don't have an exact number. But going off, including the introduction, I think we're closing in about 22 minutes to do it. Minus, you know, a minute or two. So around 20 minutes to cross is a decent estimate. Here we are in Hermopolis, the closest town to where we're heading. I initially wanted to go down to the elephant camp for Quatesh and Reshep, but it wouldn't autopilot from there, so I ended up picking this area and ended up being one of the furthest points we can go by road. We're at Etesias Olive Grove, making them olives out here. And apparently my horses made a major error. I had it selected to go to a custom marker, and apparently they just ran past it. Here it is. So we didn't go very far past it. I'm not sure what happened there. We just lost a few seconds, but I'm gonna say my estimate's still decent. What is going on? Alright guys, follow the road. Alright, now we're gonna drive the rest of this. I can't trust the dang horses, obviously. All I gotta do is follow this road, which I figured they could do, for heck's sake. Alright, try to put it back in autopilot. Let's see if they pull together for this one. They're like contemplating if they wanted to break the fence, but this thing doesn't ever reverse, so they didn't have an option. Jeez. Oh, we just pooned an animal there. And here we go.
What?
We made it right down here, of course, to an enemy camp. But at 23 minutes, 58 seconds is when I made it here. So slightly over 20 minutes from top left corner road to bottom right. I'm just running over here so they don't attack me. Pretty much all we did was we started all the way up here in Apollonia, up in this corner. And we pretty much came down here and we crossed over to here. And we kind of worked our way across this road right here, it seems like, over to Lake Mariotis. We headed south along this road and around. We ended up working our way down here, working our way over to here, and then heading down through here, through Memphis, continuing down, crossing over the bridge. From there, I think we broke down the side road here, followed this down, went around, and we finally made it to this point. Quite an amazing journey. Pretty crazy. Hope you guys enjoyed. Check out my Senu video as well as my boat video for doing this journey. Would appreciate it if you like and subscribe.